Hi there. In this video, we will discuss the summary of the second chapter of Ibong Adarna, titled The Illness of King Fernando, covering stanzas 30 to 45. We will also study the important events, characters, settings, and the lessons, messages, or implications found in this chapter. Let's begin. The story begins with King Fernando feeling sad and worried after having a bad dream. In his dream, he saw his youngest son, Don Juan, being killed by his older brothers, Don Pedro and Don Diego. This dream caused deep sorrow and fear in the king's heart. Because of his extreme anxiety, King Fernando fell ill. He could no longer eat or sleep properly, as if he had lost his energy and purpose in life. His sadness could not be lifted, even when his family tried to cheer him up. The servants and doctors attempted to cure the king, but none of them could find a remedy for his illness. Despite all the treatments and efforts to restore the king's strength, he remained weak and lost in his thoughts because of the deep impact of his dream. It was later discovered that the cause of his illness was not physical but emotional and psychological, the bad dream that felt so real in his mind. The doctors and servants searched for other ways to heal the king until they learned that only the magical song of the Ibong Adarna could cure his sadness and fear. When King Fernando found out about this, he decided to call his children and send one of them on a journey to find the bird so he could be healed. Now, let's move on to the important events in this chapter. Don Fernando had a bad dream about Don Juan being killed by his brothers. The king woke up deeply saddened and lost his energy and appetite. Doctors were called, but none could determine the cause of the king's illness. One doctor advised that the song of the Ibong Adarna was the cure for Don Fernando's sickness. The king decided they needed to find the Ibong Adarna to heal his illness. Important characters: Don Fernando, the king who experienced deep sadness and illness due to his bad dream. Don Juan, the youngest son of Don Fernando, loved by the king and the victim in the dream. Two brothers, Don Pedro and Don Diego, who the king dreamed had killed Don Juan. Doctors, the physicians called by the king to diagnose his illness. Ibong Adarna, a magical bird whose song is the only cure for Don Fernando's illness. Let us now proceed to the setting of this chapter. The story takes place in the kingdom of Birbania, specifically in Don Fernando's palace, where he is recovering and seeking a cure for his condition. Here are some of the lessons shown in this chapter. Visions or dreams can have a strong effect on our emotions and health, especially when they involve loved ones. A person's true illness is not always physical. Often it comes from complex emotions and thoughts. It is important to have hope and faith in finding solutions to challenges, like searching for the Ibong Adarna, which was believed to bring relief to the king. And that concludes the second chapter of Ibong Adarna, titled The Illness of King Fernando. What did you learn from this lesson? Share your answers in the comments. We also encourage you to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay updated with our future videos. Until next time, thank you for watching.